Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. It is getting hot. It is getting hot in the kitchen. William Lee, the CEO of NEO, just sat down and had a talk with Mr. Chu Bing, chairman of Shuxing Group. And what was said was unbelievably amazing and dynamite. So let's start it off with that. He chatted with our ET9 user. William Lee chatted with our ET9 user. Yes, he bought an ET9. Mr. Chu Bing, he's a CEO, chairman of Shuxing Group. Mr. Chu plugged, listen to this guys, Mr. Chu plugged into power battery recycling. He started a battery recycling company back in 2015 when there were no industry standards, in no man's land. Fast forward to today. Shuxing finally jumped on the wave of battery retirement. A lot of us forgot about that. Batteries are retiring from 8 years ago. Those cars where the battery cannot hold a charge anymore is worthless, so they're taking them to the junkyards. The battery, however, which basically has no value, is being recycled to bring back value. So it says, fast forward to today, Shunying finally jumped on the wave of battery retirement, and its long-termism truly paid off. Long-termism truly paid off. So one person, he's not a subscriber, asked me in my last video, what is my selling point? Would I sell in the single digits? And basically, I've answered this question before. I look at what the company is doing, and that's when I know what's my first price point, my second price point, and of course hold a nice sizable amount to hand down to my son. It's called generational wealth. Because this company, if they were just making EVs, I would like Li Auto and the rest of them, I would say yes, I would sell at a certain price point and just get out. But NEO is not an EV company. This lad forgot about that. NEO is making chips. We're getting ready to sell Skyos. We have the future of gas stations, which will be bringing in dedicated revenues. We see we're doing 100,000 swaps per day now. Yes, starting from Friday, it went up to 100,000 swaps per day. This will eventually be 1 million a week, and then eventually 1 million a day. The potential is limitless. That tracker that we have on our phone, I'm sure most of you guys have it, where we watch the battery swapping. It'll just be running like in a gas station. So long-term terminism truly paid off. Mr. Chu sees NEO's battery swapping the same way. Allow me to say that again. Mr. Chu sees NEO battery swapping the same way as the battery recycling that he saw it way back. He says, not just saving time for our users, and I talked about that. Instead of waiting 30 minutes and wasting that 30 minutes you could be spending with your family or what have you, but a future value generator. Love his vivid metaphor. It's like an energy gold mine. And later, you'll be able to trade flour for bread, he said. Tune in to the next episode. So remember, we're not just generating money from battery swapping when it comes to the energy business. We're selling back energy to the grid. Boom! When Li Auto, if they're one of the ones who survive, is charging their EVs, where is the energy coming from, my dear lads? From NEO power stations, the battery swapping stations. Also, NEO did a challenge, a test. 6 adults, and some of them were not small by any means, fully loaded a Ladao L90. It says, challenge the endurance tests and succeeded 14.3 kilowatt hour, 100 kilometers with those 6 adults. Tell me this energy consumption, who else? Who else can do that, guys? Let me answer you that question. No one else can do that. 6 adults, some of them were like Mrs. P size, and it did that. So the launch of NIO's first Onvo L90 has stirred up serious conversation across both Chinese and global social media platforms. Whether you're an investor watching market reaction or an EV enthusiast tracking buzz, it's clear the L90 is making waves. And I talked about Onvo is being placed in Walmart, Sam's Club, and elsewhere. And people are walking past them, seeing the size of the front and the trunk, taking pictures, going inside of it. Genius marketing. Here's a closer look at how it's being received. Chinese social media, where the L90 is exploding. In China, the L90 has become one of the most talked about EVs since its debut. On Weibo, a company that I've been buying shares into, but I stopped because it's running too high now. The nation's largest social media platform, the L90 has trended heavily, becoming a top automotive hashtag within hours of its official announcement. Users referred to NIO CEO Emperor William Li as God Bin, a nickname that surged after the L90 reveal, which means awesome in China. Posts describing the launch as having literally blew up reflect just how rapidly the announcement spread through Chinese digital spaces. And this was reported on by businessinsider.com. Major domestic platforms reported bustling scenes at local showrooms immediately after the launch. The CEO himself posted images from NIO houses across China. The CEO showing crowds inspecting the L90 in person. The real-world excitement quickly spilled over into online commentary. Investor-focused apps like Moomoo were also abuzz, with retail traders posting comments such as, "All potential SUV buyers are amazed." This is a huge bomb. These posts garnered significant interaction and the sentiment leaned heavily positive, especially in comparison to other Chinese EV makers. International buzz picking up speed. While Chinese platforms are leading the charge in L90 attention, international audiences haven't been silent either. In the US, mentions of the L90 spiked following the announcement, especially among retail investors forums and financial platforms. NIO stock saw a notable bump shortly after L90 reveal, suggesting that even Wall Street and global retail traders are starting to take the new Onvo brand seriously. Our Model 3 moment, perhaps? It says analysts and protesters alike highlighted the L90's value proposition, premium features, and I spoke about that. This is not a sub-brand, guys. Premium features at a more affordable price point, and its potential, to disrupt the mid-size SUV segment. What's especially important is that the buzz has staying power. Yes, it was not a fad. This isn't a one-day spike followed by silence. The ongoing rise in forum threads, comment volumes, and Google trends, yes, in the West, Google trends, traffic around NIO L90 and Onvo suggest a growing footprint, brand recognition. So when the albino in Australia was saying NIO in all their wisdom decided to come out with 3 different brands, he will see their wisdom soon enough. In summary, the social media signals are clear. If you're gauging public and market excitement around the L90, the verdict is in. Weibo engagement is red hot, with topic trending status and viral CEO posts. Investor forums like Moomoo are calling the L90 a market bomb. Foot traffic in showrooms is being broadcast online, fueling digital engagement. Global platforms are showing increased mentions and retail interest. NIO stock responded immediately after the reveal, reflecting growing sentiment. the Neo L90 isn't just another EV launch, my dear lads. It's a coordinated, high-impact brand moment that's resonating across both Chinese and international audiences. While time will tell whether the buzz translates into long-term sales, the early signals are strong. From a social media perspective, the L90 is Neo's most impactful release since the original ES8, and perhaps a major step towards cementing Neo as a competitive global sub-brand. If you're following Neo closely, keep an eye not just on deliveries, but on the narrative. And right now, the narrative is being written in real time across millions of mobile screens. It will be getting very yummy by the second week of August when we see the the registration numbers for the first week of August. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. So guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.